How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Rangers Rundown. They never said it would be easy, would they? And the Rangers don't make it easy on us fans watching these games. They won. You got a little nervous towards the end there, didn't you? Yeah, didn't you? They don't make it easy on us. Hedl is out with an upper body injury from the collision with Sammy Blais the other night, and Hayek was sent down to the AHL for conditioning. I don't think he's played a single game this year so far. He's been a healthy scratch through the first 10, 11 games. They finally sent him down. If a defenseman gets hurt, I really hope Hayek is not a defenseman they call up. And that's all I'm going to say. We'll leave it at that. The opening lineup tonight, Blais was started the night on the first line with Zibanejad and Kreider, and then Panarin, Strome, Kakko. Lafreniere back on the third line with Gaudreau and Gauthier, and then Hunt, Rooney, Reeves on that bottom line. Lindgren, Fox, Miller, Trubin, Nemeth, Lundqvist, and Shesterkin was in net. Shesterkin played out of his mind tonight. So, into the first period, back and forth for the first couple minutes, and then New York had some pressure about 3 minutes in. 4:55, Nemeth took an interference penalty. A fan pass by Florida leads to a good shorthanded chance for the Rangers, which would kind of be a foreshadowing of things to come, so to speak. Kakko also got a shorthanded chance on that same penalty kill. 6:31, Verhaeghe took a high sticking penalty. So 24 seconds of 4-on-4. And then Shesterkin stopped a Vetrano breakaway. Shesterkin very good at stopping breakaways, unlike his partner in crime, Georgiev, but we won't talk about that. 7:52, Kreider scores a power play goal, his 6th of the season, which at the time leads the NHL. Now, I don't know if it still leads the NHL. You know, other teams are playing tonight. Maybe somebody scored a couple. But at least for a couple minutes tonight, if not more, Kreider leads the league in power play goals with 6. So he is having a fantastic start to the season. It was a rebound in the crease. Kreider makes his bread and butter right in front of the crease, so nothing unexpected, but still, we love the goals. 9:15, Shesterkin had a big save on a cross-ice pass. He looked behind him. He wasn't even sure if he got it or not, but he did end up getting it between his pads. Shortly after that, Lafreniere has a good shot. Duclair ran Shesterkin, but he makes the save anyway. And he was shaken up after the play. Duclair just kind of runs. He wasn't pushed into Shesterkin. He just kind of runs right through the crease and knocks him over. Adam Fox blocked a ricochet right after that from sliding in. So Adam Fox playing a little goalie tonight. 2 Rangers collided, leaving a scoring opportunity for Florida after that. And then at the end of the period, 19:18, Rooney took an unsportsmanlike conduct for pushing, I forget who it was, I forget the Florida player, but they were both going to the bench. Rooney kind of pushed him in the back. He went into the boards. Maybe it was a little embellished on his part, but Rooney got the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. And during that penalty kill, Fox would score the Rangers' first shorthanded goal of the season at 19:54. It was a beautiful goal, makes up for the goal that was called back last game from Fox. End of the first period, shots are 11-9 in favor of Florida, and it would only get worse from there for shot discrepancy. Half of the Rangers' shots for the entire game were in that first period. Second period. Minute 19 of penalty kill to start the period. Florida throwing everything at the net. They came out shooting. Pressure continues after the Florida power play for them. 3:27, Montour took a cross-checking penalty on Reeves, and Reeves gets up and he's just smiling and waving and doing his Reeve things. 4 minutes in, Florida already has 8 second period shots. So that power play specifically, they were throwing everything at the net, and most of it was getting through, but Shesterkin was stopping it. Very weak power play on the part of the Rangers. The Florida's power play to start the period, I should say. But the Rangers had a very weak power play from that Montour penalty. 6:15, Gauthier had a breakaway. You know, there are other Rangers that we would hope get a breakaway, but Gauthier, you know, he's trying to find his way this season. Hasn't played every game. He's probably still warming up. 3 straight neutral zone takeaways for the Rangers after that, and they all led to shots. It was a really nice bout of defensive play in the neutral zone for them. It was 3 intercepted passes that quickly turned into forechecks that turned into opportunities. It was really nice. If the Rangers can figure out how to do that more often, then they will become more dangerous than they already are. Could you call the Rangers dangerous so far this season? Maybe that's not the adjective we would use to describe this team so far. There was a pileup in the net, but Shesterkin was okay. Some people fell on his leg, and he looked a little twisted, but he ended up being fine. It was a little scary. And then at 9:10, Panarin would score a goal from Kakko. Kakko, it was a great play by him. He held on to the puck. He had a lot of patience with it. He took some people behind the net with him following. He tricked the goalie, passed it out in front. Panarin had an open net, but it was challenged for goaltender interference, and the challenge was upheld, so that goal comes off the board. So Kakko still with no points on the season. 11 minutes into the period, a partial break for Panarin. And then at 12:09, Ekblad took a holding penalty, but Lafreniere would take an embellishment penalty. He kind of tried to sell that penalty, and the refs caught him. So it's 4-on-4 for 2 minutes. And I guess the Rangers love playing 4-on-4 because at 12:48, Miller would score a fantastic goal. He coast to coast. He just did it all himself. Cuts across the crease, up top cheese. It was just a fantastic goal from him. And then 30 seconds later, Strome would score his second goal of the season. It was a 2-on-1 with Panarin, puts it right in. We know Strome loves to miss the net wide, but he did pot this one in. So in the span of 30 seconds during the 4-on-4, the Rangers go up 4-0 against the best team in the league. And at this point, you know, the Rangers have given up a lot of leads so far this season, but you have to feel good going into the third period up 4-0. Shots 6-17 for Florida in that second period. 17 shots in the second period alone. Almost as many shots as the Rangers had in the entire game. Going into the third period, Florida wastes no time. 20 seconds in, Luostarinen scores a goal. It was a ricochet off the post, ends up underneath a pileup, and Luostarinen finds it, puts it in the back of the net. At 1:44, Rangers almost score on a deflection try. Not a great start to this third period. There's turnovers, there's icings, there's poor passing. It's classic Rangers. They have a lead, they just don't know how to hold on to it when the pressure is coming at them. Rangers' fourth line had a strong shift, though, partway through that period. 5 minutes in, things start to settle down. The Rangers relax a little bit. They get into their defensive-minded play. They're stopping passes. They're moving things out of their zone. They're figuring it out. Lundqvist avoids a hit by Marchment, who goes shoulder head first into the boards. So he tried to check Lundqvist into the boards. Lundqvist kind of avoided it, and he just went right into the boards. He would go to the locker room. Outshot 6-0, 8 minutes in. Florida has 6 shots on goal. Rangers have none, 8 minutes into the third period. 9:14, Kakko almost scores on a deflection into the crease. And then Rangers putting the pressure on. Good defensive plays. Like I said, halfway through this period, they really started to get a rhythm, not letting Florida generate too many shots. 11:55, Shesterkin stops a 2-on-1. Shortly after that, Shesterkin stops a puck against the post with his toe, and then he proceeds to cover it with his glove, and the ref just took his sweet time blowing the whistle. When he finally did blow the whistle, Shesterkin got up and he's like, "Hello, blow the whistle, I have the puck covered." Not the only time Shesterkin would get a little annoyed tonight. Rangers get a shift of pressure with about 3 minutes left, but then at 18:34, Reinhart would score a really nice wrist shot goal from high in the slot. They send Knight to the bench with a minute left in the game, and then at 19:20, Hornqvist would score a goal. So, with 40 seconds left in the game, Florida's only 1 goal away from tying this game. They spent the majority of this period down 4-1, and in the span of less than a minute, they crawl up to 4-3. And if you're a Rangers fan, you almost half expect them to tie it and push it to overtime. Would any of us as Rangers fans be surprised if the Rangers lost this game in overtime? No. I'm honestly more surprised that they won it in regulation. But hey, a win is a win. And when you beat the best team in the league, you got to feel good about it. Shesterkin ended up saving 41, 42. Let's see. Florida had 45 shots on goal. He led in 3. So yeah, he said 42 saves tonight, which was a season high for him. He saved 41 shots in Toronto earlier in the season, but he ended up saving 42 shots tonight for a season high for him. So very nice. I believe he got one of the stars tonight. Well deserved. Stats, shots 18 to 45. Rangers had 18 shots on goal. They didn't even break 20 shots for the entire game. They are definitely bottom of the league, confidently bottom of the league in shots generated per game. It's something that needs to change. And we've been saying that every game so far this season. These things need to change. And so far, they really haven't yet. And somehow the Rangers are still getting points and staying in the top 4 of this division. How long can this system of being badly outshot but still winning games continue? I'm curious. I think the most difficult part of these next 10 games is now over. And the Rangers were able to go 1-1-1 in these past 3 games, just like we said they needed to at least in order to stay competitive. So the next 3 games they play against teams that aren't necessarily as high up in the standings, hopefully they can claim some more points out of the following games. They have the rest of this week off. They don't play again until Saturday in Columbus, a team that they shut out the last time they met. So get a couple practices in this week, talk about the things that need to be worked on, maybe generate some more shots, hopefully. And then they're back in action Saturday and Sunday. They have back-to-back games Saturday, Sunday, and then they're back Tuesday. So they have another 3 games in 4 nights coming up. But for now, they get to rest. Rangers go up 7-3-3 to start the season. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. The trivia question of the evening: who are the only 2 players to record at least 100 points with both the Rangers and the Panthers? I did not know the answer, but maybe you do. They were Jaromir Jagr, who had 319 points with the Rangers and 130 points with Florida, and then Radek Dvorak, who had 164 points with the Rangers and 268 points with Florida. So there you go. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more videos like it, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next rundown.